What's pulling him down? Has he got a jetpack on, or what was the gravitational situation there?
I don't know. Nick Narcotic
Space
in the chat
magic.
says my inner physics nerd screams. Yeah, I feel like there's not. It's maybe not super realistic. I like your colorful blue suit.
Your orange suit or your yellow suit is not too bad.
Good fashion sense.
Yeah, just talking about each other's suits now. I don't know.
Man, your body's looking good.
Like
man.
I know they're talking about the suits, but I know what they're saying. Those suits are skin tight.
Yeah, but I mean, like the larger the bulge, the more I'm interested.
Over there, the
I would
air
say.
store on that door looks intact. I believe the command center is close. Barring any complications, we should be there shortly. What makes you think there won't be any complications?
Press X to gravity higher.
Great. Perfect.
What happened there?
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Right. Wow, every single jump looks like I'm not gonna make it, and then I just like magnetize.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
That didn't,
I see them.
didn't look great. Oh, I just jumped right into the flame. Just a pool of flame. They're dead. Jump onto this. Maybe over here. Sure.
This will be difficult. Can't be too hard after what we've been through today.
Good. It's a balancing section.
Those wires are live. I see
We've
them.
lost all frequency, so I don't think we're gonna be using
Oh yeah, Justin mentioned this in his review, I think. This is a balancing section, but as far as I can tell, you don't actually have to balance at all. It just looks like it.
No, I'm using the 6-axis to balance, and it's working perfect.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh good, there's more of it. They put in extra just in case.
Oh, it's just like wavy arm walk. You're right. Like I'm moving the stick to the left, and I'm still staying on here.
Yeah.
So.
There's no... I want to make sure we can clarify as much as possible that Dylan and I are not showing off any skill here.
Absolutely not. Well, I somehow turned around on it.
It may shock you that Dylan and I are not showing off any skill here.
Give me a hand with this door.
I don't like all these orders that are coming from Kirk. I really...
Thomas says here.
like one, please.
Darth Cylon says Dylan and Phil still have no skill.
Yeah, duh. Have you watched either of our streams before? Because if this is your introduction,
Hey, over here.
If this is your introduction, hey, this is usually what it's like.
Trigger the fire suppression system. Let's do it.
Help!
if only we could teleport this guy somewhere.
Can we do that? Can we tag
We just
them
not
and
rescue this
teleport
guy, or just gonna like leave?
I don't have a
I don't
teleporter
want
gun.
to. Can I just shoot them?
them? Oh, I guess we can use this. Commendation!
Whoa!
We appreciate the gratitude, Lieutenant, but we have little time for it. Get your people to safety and await further orders.
I think Mike fell asleep.
Come on, run!
It's 3
I'm
o'clock.
still awake.
I don't
It's
blame
getting
him.
late. It's getting
Listen,
late.
you both can and should go to bed.
No, I'm here, man. We've got this
Get in.
far. We've got this far. Let's do it.
You're devoted to the cause, and that's something that I respect.
I'm just, I'm just here for charity. You know what I mean? I'm just here to help people and to laugh at this game.
Well, I'm here for Star Trek, so I'm really happy now.
Do you know what? I was going to buy it, so this has saved me some money, which is good.
Yeah.
And I was thinking
Oh
about
Jesus!
that.
More of this fake balancing shit. It's
Well,
literally all it is just slow walking because.
I feel like I should give a shout out to Annoyed Gamer for giving me this for free.
Oh yeah, yeah. At Annoyed Gamer on Twitter, Marcus.
Oh, what a saint.
Commander.
And I also someone who gave me Xbox Live.
At DMzilla on Twitter.
Yes. I asked for the 48-hour trial code and got 3-month code, so that was really nice of him. Kind of surprised me. Especially since I don't own an Xbox and won't be using it again after this. No offense, Microsoft.
I like someone just wrote a snide message. I should read reviews before buying things. I have read reviews. I'm just ignoring the reviews. That's fine.
Wait, before buying what?
Before this, I think I said I was going to buy it, and I didn't because I watched this, and someone was just like, "You should read a review." I was like, "No, I have read reviews."
I would just like to point out that I support reviews. Also, I agree with this
Do you know?
very smart, intelligent, discerning consumer in the chat room.
Do you know whose reviews I trust? Polygon.
Oh yeah, Polygon.com. That is a great website.
I always
great
trust
website.
Polygon's second review.
Mate, with all the sweet talking, maybe they'll work up to a 9.0 by the time Twat comes out.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford a 9.
Yeah,
You got an achievement.
I don't know, it feels pretty cheap.
I got an achievement for getting 100 kills.
Great.
DVD House just asked me, "Do I read reviews of Thomas?" Yes, absolutely everything. I'm that guy.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of people.
How could you not be?
One of the things with
Yeah.
reviewers, for example, is like a lot of people are like, "Oh, just don't read the comments ever."
Sustained injuries, Captain.
I I read
what?
everything that anyone
You have
ever
to.
writes about my. I can't not.
Yeah, I'd be incredibly. If I didn't read reviews, that basically be me saying I can't learn anything from any of them, which is rubbish. It's all useful. I don't agree with a lot of them, but
I did really like that review. Didn't you say it was from your local paper? That just
Oh, that was
ripped apart
amazing.
Thomas was alone.
And like really hyper local, like it was literally the paper from like basically my streets
They print
local
it
paper.
next door.
Wow.
Yeah, basically. And I was like,
But really,
I
what
must-
you're
It's
just
just your
discovering
neighbor.
is you're a shitty neighbor.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's what I
I'm
was
discovering.
thinking. It's like Thomas was alone is garbage. Also, this guy plays his stereo way too loud.
Exactly. I must have done. I must have like pushed in front of that guy in a supermarket or something. I don't know. But he was really angry. He was like, yeah, and it was great because I had a the next day I had a meeting with the guys who did the port, and I turned up to that meeting and they clearly read my Twitter because they had that review printed out.
Nice.
And it was basically like the last line of the review was the only redeeming feature of this game is there's no bugs, and they'd circled it. like our part of the game was fine. Yeah, so it's cool. Nah, it's most reviewers are giving constructive stuff. You guys know what you're doing. You play a lot of games. You have interesting, useful opinions. You get the odd idiot, but most of it is really useful.
I don't agree
That's
with most of what you said
What did I say?
about me knowing what I'm doing
have no
and having
idea how
useful
glad we
things to say. I mean, I'm glad you believe that. I'm glad you fell for that.
There is nothing we can do.
That means we've tricked you. That means it's
Well, he's just played a
Yeah,
lot. You played a lot of games, so it's like that. Once you put like 10,000 hours into something.
Oh, guys, I don't play video games. Not really into them. Not my thing.
Do you know what
Well,
reviewers
Star
have?
Wars, Star Trek isn't a game. It's some kind of interactive, shooting-based visual novel.
It's like Thomas was alone.
I think with reviewers, the biggest thing that reviewers bring to the table that game developers can't is you guys don't care about the excuses. Like I look at a game like this, and when there's a slightly shoddy animation or something, I think of the poor guy who probably had to, stay in one Friday night and get that done, and that was the
Yeah.
best he could do given the
Sure.
time he had and all that stuff. And that stuff is not really relevant, right? It's like that's. With a reviewer, you get something which is actually not got those caveats. You don't care. You care about the end product. You're not worrying about the process, and I like that. And that's useful.
Crocbox says Star Trek is a low-tech
Yeah, I
minimalist.
saw
Thomas
that.
is
I
alone.
like that.
I find
Yeah.
that massively insulting.
Yeah, I
it's
feel
cool.
like most reviewers probably understand that, like, making games is massively difficult, but you just kind of, like, put that aside and be like, what really matters is if it's fun to play or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not a negative; it's a massive positive because a game developer will look at another game, and I think most game
And,
developers.
I think it's like a reviewer has to approach it the way that you assume a reader is going to, which is they don't.
Hang
Yeah.
on, we're on our way.
Yeah, totally, and that's how it should be. But that's great, and that's really useful because there's things that there's things that you guys see that we're blind to, and you are blind when you're making a game. You're so close to it. You've got no idea by the end whether it's good or bad or whatever. You're just trying to get it done and hoping for the best. But yeah, I think I don't believe anyone who says they don't read reviews or comments, like you said. What I try not to do is I try not to go into the comments on things on coverage of Thomas. That's the only rule I have. Is I try not to Because then you just get into arguments with people and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I can see that. I think also too, it's like part of it is just teaching yourself to like I've got to the point where I read the comments, but for a long time, for like probably 3-4 years, every time there was a negative comment, it drove me nuts. Like I would lose sleep over each one.
They ring louder, don't they? You can read like 20 times. You can read people saying, "Oh, your game's great" or whatever, but just that one time someone sends you a crappy message, it's like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
They
feel
hurt
like
more than they.
it still sucks, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better at like you have to get better at like kind of to some degree like softening that blow mentally.
Yeah,
like separating yourself a little bit intellectually from it.
Yeah, I think with Thomas, it was a case of just realizing that there were enough people who liked it. You know what I mean? It's like people write, this guy's lazy, could only be bothered to do rectangle stuff. That's fair enough. There's enough people who like it that stuff doesn't bother me as much as it did. When you've only sold like 10 copies and no one gives a crap, that stuff hurts a lot more.
Sure.
But once you've got something that some people genuinely enjoyed, it's fine.
Yeah, I still I'll read the comments for our videos on YouTube and stuff, and I'm definitely I'm getting better at it, but I'm still definitely I will let a single bad comment ruin my night, or at least ruin the next hour or something. I'll just sit there being like, what does this person think? And then I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a while to get over that drive, I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody wants anyone to dislike them ever, but
yeah.
Yeah, totally. And
in a world where everybody has access to everything that we're putting out there,
What's up, Mr. Scott?
it's obviously just going to happen that some people don't like it and want to be vocal about it.
And let's be fair, we're all of us, I'm assuming, people who, we've chosen to put our stuff out there for a living. It's like we're the most emotionally interested in other people's opinions of us of anyone. Surely, that's part of what we do. That's part of the reason I make games is to look clever in front of random people on the internet. And that's it's fair enough. I've got a lot better at dealing with it just as it's happened. The thing now that I'm getting used to is the idea that people read my Twitter and turn it into news articles. That's a new thing.
Yeah, that part for a game developer, I do not envy you guys. That seems crazy.
It's very annoying.
Necessarily how I would deal with that.
Well, as a game developer,
it's true for journalists to a much smaller degree. It's a much smaller audience that's paying attention to us, so I don't feel quite as intimidated by it, I guess.
Well, the thing that's frustrating is that you want to be, as an indie, I don't have any limits on what I say. I can say whatever I think about anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's why earlier in the stream you did say, if we get to 11,000 before the end of this segment, you're going to tell us everything you know about the PS4.
Exactly. That's and I stand by.
You're an indie. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Totally. I've got I know all about the integration with various. No, anyway. It's. But that's my point. Is the problem is this happened earlier in the week. I went for a meeting with Sony to talk about cool stuff, and I tweeted about it because I tweet about everything. And then suddenly, that's on official PlayStation magazine, and it's like, geez.
Check this guy out.
Ooh, yeah, he seems to know where he's going.
Aye, Captain.
Let's just chill here for a minute. Let's just take in this. Oh, he stopped. All right.
I think that's what's his name?
I hate this and I hate you.
Yeah.
He calmed down. He's all right. Music isn't bad.
Sure. Or just trying to find good things now?
No, I don't know. I'm just noticing it, I guess. I hadn't thought about it until now.
The soundtrack to the original movie is astonishingly good.
I unlocked the girl.
Captain, it appears to have changed course. What happened to
Sorry.
the security team?
The girl?
What is
The girl.
It's
Vila.
headed towards the
Sexist.
officer's quarters.
Damn it. We cannot allow it to come into direct contact with the crew.
Attempted to shut down all entry points. Too late, it's inside.
Lock it in!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Enterprise interior is
Combined
boring.
efforts might open the door.
I like how charmingly 60s it all is. I like they went back to that.
Yeah, it's all long hallways. Nothing
But
else.
it's not. Yeah, it's not that in the movie. It is in this game, though. Apparently.
Go into that room with that beastie thing.
The movie had an awesome look.
Aye,
I love what they did with the movie where they just had to repurpose a lot of things. That whole stuff, like the engine room's like a Budweiser factory, right? Or brewery,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. That was so cool, and it gave it such a weird, kind of earthy... It just felt really weird and interesting.
Hmm.
Man, I really want to give away some Thomas codes, but, you know,
We're up to
these guys, let's get it done.
10,630. Worth noting, if we don't get to the Thomas codes, if that doesn't make it, we still have some code giveaways planned for later in the night. There's some stuff that will be happening with code
Oh,
giveaways.
no, totally. There'll be some Thomas codes in amongst it as well. That's all good. Man, those zombies.
Yeah. No good. Space zombie. Can't be trusted.
That's stuff like I admire that. Like they're basically they've got three character types. They've got the running dinosaurs as well on all fours. So that's quite cheap, but like yeah, I can respect that.
Yeah, there's about I'd say like 3 or 4 different models, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I respect that.
it's more than you get in.
Like a Super Nintendo game, right? I think that's the point.
They are alive, Captain. Bones, we got injured.
I don't mind frugality if it makes sense. It works. You know, like again, I'm in no position. You know.
The DNA coding of these lizards is very complex.
Do some
If I'm gonna
stuff
find
here.
an antidote, I'm gonna need a sample of the toxin from someone
I
who's
don't
recently
know.
been infected. Think you can get me one?
I think we can manage.
I think we have another unsynced guy. Do you not see the one like behind you that's just staring at us? That I cannot kill.
What don't you know?
Oh, he's on our side. He's fine.
Oh, he's cool? Alright, fine. Of
He's
course.
a bro.
Of course he is. He's also part of the bro op.
We need to scan one of these
Hey, Phil.
members so that the doctor can continue
What?
his research.
When's your 10-hour nocturne block?
That starts at 2 a.m. Pacific. So I'll have a break after this, which I will use to. Well, first I'm going to probably read off some donations when John starts, and then I'm going to
Transmitting samples now.
eat and maybe sleep for a little
Get me
bit.
a cure, Bones.
I'm on it, Jim.
I mean,
and then
I
2
would.
a.m. to noon.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say if you ever did this to me again, I would kill you, but I know it won't be the last time you do this to me.
Yes. You don't want to hold yourself to that.
Yeah.
Weirdness is fun has never made a game. Someone in the comments just, what's he saying? I know that most programmers work hard, but I stand by the position that the developers were cheap and lazy. No.
What?
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, lazy. I
Seems
feel
legit.
like is going too far.
Yeah, go make a game and then call these guys lazy, you know?
Like they could have put tons of work into this, even if it didn't turn out. Like games are such a
Yeah.
complicated thing that
I think even shitty games need a lot of work put into them.
yes.
But that is true, it's, you know, and...
Or else they are completely inoperable games.
Yeah, exactly. I want to play Weirdness is Fun's game. That'd be a cool game to play.
Should stop doing that. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where.
Scotty, I need eyes on this guy.
I don't know how he's doing it, sir, but his cloaking is very sophisticated.
I don't care how it works, just help me see him so I can shoot him. Captain, the fire suppression systems in this
Okay,
room...
there's an invisible guy here. We're supposed to use the fire suppression to see
Sure.
him?
Yeah.
It's Hollow Man.
Light this damn thing up.
The security locker has shut down the systems. You'll have to enable the gas manually with your tricorder.
Of course.
Never easy, is it, Mr. Spock? It would appear that way, Captain.
Banter. I don't know.
Spock, use that extinguisher.
Spock, use that extinguisher. It seems like exactly what I was looking for.
Communications log supplemental. Analysis of the unknown alien language recorded in New Baltic is underway. The basic phonology is an interesting mix of mammalian and squamate, with a prosody...
Captain, I suggest using the extinguisher.
Like, I can't hear the game. Does the story make any sense?
I don't know.
I can't hear the game, no.
I can hear the game, and I don't know either.
What happened to that pretty Vulcan lady? I haven't seen her in a
She
while.
just got kidnapped by space aliens.
Oh, of course.
She's in a different castle.
Yeah.
I don't. He was shooting at us. Now he stopped. I don't. Oh. Hey,
Just
can we
wander
just
around getting
come back here?
intuitions.
Come back here. Let's just melt together again. I miss
Okay.
you. I miss you.
I miss you, Phil. There we go. This is perfect.
Oh,
Oh yeah, go right from the front. This is like beautiful right now.
gross. Oh, he's doing it from like over here. What are you?
Can I just shoot him? Yes, you can just shoot him. In case you were wondering.
Spock,
He's supposed to.
Did it work?
Oh, he's over there. I see him.
There we go. Oh, I stunned him and then he disappeared. This is just like my favorite level in Metal Gear Solid.
Fuck you. Ah, come on. Oh, there he is. Fucking die!
Captain, he is there. Use the extinguisher now.
Where is he?
There he's right here by me. Oh.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Progress.
Good.
Captain, following the
Bleeding Heart says, "I'm glad that all the leftover web fluid from the last Spider-Man movie isn't getting wasted."
Not at the moment, sir.
Mr. Scott, anything you can do to help level the playing field?
If you could get me a scan of his blood, it's possible I could isolate his DNA signature. Then your tricorder might be able to locate
I like-
the scaly bastard.
Captain, it is possible
when
that
you
our efforts
run
may have
and press the
injured
jump
the
button, it's
creature.
like a
If we could
prance.
locate a blood sample.
Already ahead of you.
Oh, yeah, it is. I like it.
I feel pretty.
Okay, what am I?
Get to work,
Sample coming your way,
machinimators.
Mr. Scott.
Right on it, sir.
This isn't gonna go well, is it, Spock?
Oh God!
I tend to disagree with those
What?
observations. I fear
God
that
damn
this
it.
time
Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
You may be correct.
Sure.
After you, Mr. Spock.
Are you all the way down there? God damn it.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Alright, I won't come heal you then.
T4 Mez asks, how many times have I played through Thomas Was Alone? Many, many times. Too many times. Way too many times.
Personal log, Lieutenant Nyoto Uhura. Spock won't admit it to me, but I can tell how much it means to him
What?
to see a new Vulcan colony.
It didn't let me in.
He rarely talks about the loss of his
Yeah,
home.
stay out.
If
What's
anything,
what's your best
he's
any
become
percent
more
run?
Vulcan since the tragedy. But I know him.
Got him trapped.
Captain, have you
Mike.
considered the possibility that
What?
it is
But sorry, what?
trapped in here with him?
Oh,
Kyle-
sorry.
Kyle
I was-
made funny jokes.
No,
I
I
apologize.
just asked what your best any percent run is for Thomas Was Alone.
I can get through it in like an hour.
just die?
Oh my God!
Hour and
I
20.
died in like
Wow.
the most horrifying way. Just
Oh, that looks so awful. That model was not happy.
oh man, just folded in on itself.
Yep. Alright, so now I'm going to run ahead on this one, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, hold on, hold back here.
Check off.
There
Shut
we
down
go.
the turbo lifts.
I'm working on it, Captain.
Oh god.
Watch out! I think that's gonna. Yeah. Oh.
I think that's a thing now.
What if got
Here comes another one.
What are you trying to say? What's up?
guys?
God, it won't let me in because
I
you're right
just
there!
realized
In the same one, Phil, just so you know.
Microsoft has the rights to Jet Force Gemini.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Check off. Shut down the turbo lifts.
I'm working on it, Captain.
What if?
Go on.
What if somebody, maybe even Rare,
Here comes another one.
made another Jet Force Gemini game? You could have Pink Hair Lady and Dog Tank
Into the alcove.
and Pointy Hat Guy. You could have all your favorites.
Pointy hat guy is my favorite.
Sorry, pointy helmet guy. And...
That was offensive.
We are going to
But you're wrong. It's obviously blue hair girl. That's just stupid, Phil.
Blue hair girl is my waifu. Pointy hat guy is my favorite character.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, just running around, run through corridors. No big deal.
There's very few enemies in this third-person shooter.
And they're not very fun when there are enemies.
Exactly.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Are you alright? I'm worried. Kyle, are you okay? Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
I was worried.
I was gonna say, I know that Microsoft has the rights to Jet Force Gemini, because in Viva Pinata, I paid money to get Jet Force Gemini blue hair and pointy helmet to put on my pinatas, and I put blue hair on my Twinger Snap.
What the shit?
And it's a shame about Rare.
Right on target.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where the hell did he go? Chekhov, you see anything?
I mean, that's what happens when you make great games.
It's true, they were asking for it.
The creature's
Yeah, really.
best chance for survival would be to attempt an escape from this vessel.
That's not gonna happen.
Mr. Lickito says, is it me or are AAA games starting to suck, but indie games are so amazing? Yes, you're right, they are. They are.
Yeah, I feel like this new wave, it's really being, the charge is being led by Thomas Was Alone.
That's the thing, man. And then I know
it's the spearhead, really, of the whole movement.
this is it, and every AAA game is worse than Thomas Was Alone. That's.
Well, I think
I'm putting it out there.
That seems fair.
I think that's fair. And I don't have any real proof of that, but it is true.
I like to actually answer the question. Are indie games getting better? Yes, or at least there's a ton more of them than there used to be. But are AAA games getting worse? I don't know.
Not really. I think there are less companies around making them because they cost more and are harder to make, and that's also part of why there are more indie games.
Timing, Mr. Chekhov.
Yeah, I think AAA is not declining. I think there's less games in AAA than there used to be.
And I would say perhaps less variety in the genres.
Yeah,
Maybe
very
a lot of-
possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess
There's probably as much as there has ever been.
yeah.
But there's definitely less of them. And the big thing I think that's shifted is there's less kind of middle-sized mainstream games. It's all going super AAA or indie. Star Trek's kind of
be a middle ground.
This is kind of an anomaly. You don't get many film tie-in games anymore.
Digital Extremes is kind of one of the last holdout developers for that, with stuff like this and The Darkness 2, where it's like
there's like them and
they're
Raven.
kind of middle. Raven's not making games. Raven's all Call
Raven
of
makes
Duty
Call of
support
Duty.
now.
I'm not saying that type of.
R.I.P. Darksiders.
Previously.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
And all of THQ.
and that's my opinion on why kind of places like Sony are coming after the indies so strongly now, is because they realise they've got these tentpole AAA releases, but they need stuff for the rest of the year,
Right.
And that's my opinion of why we're suddenly interesting to the big guys. I think that's the thinking, is we're going to become those middle games eventually. The guys who
they kind of already have.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, I think so. But I think the console guys took a little bit of time to catch up with that. It's been the case on PC for a while, but obviously there's been lots of problems with Xbox Live Arcade for a lot of indies, and I think they're all trying to. Well, I don't know about Microsoft, but definitely Sony are really coming after the indies now. With Sony, it's more a case of they just really want loads and loads of awesome indie games. They're just that's all they talk about now is what's good, what's coming up that's good. It's just they're all over that now.
Your tricorder should be able to help you find the